The starship Veyron 7 cut through the black void of space, silent except for the low hum of its engines. On its bridge, a group of the galaxy's most elite warriors, the alien champions, sat in tense anticipation. Each of them came from worlds where survival was considered an art, where power and skill were bred into their very bones. Yet, as the ship approached the notorious death world Kryn 9, even the bravest of them felt a flicker of unease. Kryn 9 was legendary. Its storms could strip the flesh from bones. Its predators could kill creatures 10 times the size of a human, and its terrain was almost impossible to traverse. Yet, somewhere in its harsh valleys and jagged cliffs lived a species the galaxy called Deathworlders. The legends spoke of humans, fragile in appearance but unstoppable in will. It was said that only a handful survived the planet's deadly embrace. And among them, one human, Elias Thorne, had earned a reputation as a master of survival and combat. "Do you really think this human can match us?" asked Zelkar, a 6-armed warrior from the volcanic world of Rincor. His claws drummed impatiently on the metal armrest. "They are just humans. Weak, primitive." The ship's commander, Orvental, a serpentine being with scales that shimmered like molten silver, narrowed his eyes. "Legends can be exaggerated, Zelkar, but Kryn 9 does not lie. If humans can survive there, they are worth observing, or eliminating. Today, we will see." Below the ship, Kryn 9 rolled and churned like a living nightmare. Acidic rivers hissed as they met jagged rocks. Forests of thorned trees swayed violently in violent storms, and distant screeches hinted at predators lurking just beyond sight. The planet did not welcome visitors, and its defenses were natural, brutal, and absolute. The champions descended in sleek landing pods, their armor shimmering under Kryn 9's harsh light. As the pods touched down, the air was thick with the smell of ozone and scorched vegetation. Even beings accustomed to hostile worlds paused to feel the sting of the acidic mist. "They are human," Orvental reminded his team. "And yet, they survive here. Let's find them." Elias Thorne did not notice the alien ship above. He was deep in the training ground he had carved from the wilderness of Kryn 9, a jagged valley where natural hazards tested every skill a human could have. His body was lean but muscular, every movement precise and controlled. Sweat glistened on his tanned skin, and his eyes, sharp and calculating, scanned the terrain with constant vigilance. He swung a wooden staff, striking moving targets that resembled predators. Each strike was exact, almost surgical. Humans in the galaxy's history had long been underestimated by other species. But those who trained on death worlds developed reflexes and instincts that defied logic. Around him, a small group of other humans, his team moved with him, each performing drills that seemed impossible to any alien observer. They climbed cliffs, slick with rain, jumped between jagged rocks, and dodged strikes from mechanical predator simulators designed to mimic Kryn 9's deadliest creatures. "You need to tighten your grip," Elias said, correcting one of his team. "The Thornback Vipers strike faster than that. On Kryn 9, hesitation means death." A younger human nodded, adjusting their stance. "Yes, Captain Thorne. I'll do better." Elias's expression softened for a moment. Training was harsh, but every life mattered. In a place like Kryn 9, even a small mistake could be fatal. From above, hidden behind the storm clouds, the alien champions watched. At first, they assumed these humans were performing some kind of exaggerated ritual or training for entertainment. But as the humans moved, the champions began to freeze in disbelief. The humans leaped across chasms, landing perfectly even when rocks crumbled beneath them. They struck mechanical predators with precision and force. And when one of their own was injured in a simulation, Elias reacted instantly, saving them with a maneuver that none of the champions could have anticipated. "Impossible," Zelkar whispered, his voice trembling. No creature should survive like this on Kryn 9. And yet, they do it without even armor, without weapons beyond sticks and stones. Focus, Orvental hissed. We are here to observe, not yet to intervene. Still, every movement of Elias and his team sent a ripple of awe and fear through the alien champions. Even among species that considered themselves apex predators, the humans displayed adaptability and endurance far beyond expectation. The humans paused briefly in a clearing to catch their breath. Elias scanned the horizon, sensing danger as always. His instincts were honed by years of surviving Kryn 9's deadly environment. The humans did not just survive, they thrived in it. This storm is getting worse, one of his team said, looking toward the dark clouds gathering above. We should move to the ridge. Elias nodded. Keep moving. Don't lose focus. Nothing here will wait for us to rest. The humans began climbing a jagged cliff, using every muscle to pull themselves up while the storm tore at them with freezing wind and rain laced with acid. Below, rivers of molten rock flowed, and distant screeches warned of predators moving closer. Every step required courage, balance, and a will to live stronger than fear itself. From above, the alien champions could only watch, frozen and silent. Their preconceived notions about humans had shattered within minutes of observation. As Elias reached the ridge, he paused and looked down over the valley. The storm churned violently, and lightning illuminated the shapes of massive predators lurking below. He knew these creatures were testing his team, testing them in ways that no alien could fully understand without experiencing it firsthand. Yet Elias did not flinch. He had learned long ago that Kryn 9 was a teacher, not an enemy. Every storm, every predator, every risk was part of the lesson. The humans adapted, learned, and evolved with every encounter. He turned to his team. You see why we train like this, he said. This world does not forgive mistakes. But if we push ourselves beyond what we think is possible, we survive. And we survive stronger. The younger humans nodded, their fear replaced by determination. They knew Elias was right. Kryn 9 had broken many who came before, but it had made them stronger, sharper, faster, and smarter. The alien champion's shock grew. Zelkar's 6 eyes blinked rapidly. These humans? They actually enjoy this? This is not survival. They are thriving. Orvental's gaze was sharp, calculating. They are extraordinary. Every instinct, every decision. They anticipate danger before it exists. Their minds are as sharp as their bodies. They are beyond what we expected. From the cliff above, Elias did not notice the observers. But something in the wind seemed to whisper of their presence. For now, he continued the training, unaware that the galaxy's greatest champions were watching him in awe and disbelief. The legend of the last human was alive and growing stronger with every step, every strike, and every breath taken on the death world of Kryn 9. And as the storm roared around them, Elias and his team prepared for the next challenge, never knowing that the eyes of the galaxy had already begun to shift their understanding of what humans could do. The storm on Kryn 9 raged with relentless fury. But Elias Thorne and his team were already moving. Rain lashed their faces, and jagged rocks cut at their boots, yet their steps were confident, precise. This was no ordinary training. On a death world like Kryn 9, survival demanded absolute mastery over body and mind. Elias led them toward the edge of a narrow cliff. Below, a river of molten acid boiled and hissed, its surface dotted with jagged stones that shifted with the flow. His team hesitated for a moment, glancing at the deadly gap. Focus, Elias barked. This is nothing. Step carefully. Plan every move, and trust your instincts. One by one, the The humans jumped across the stones, landing perfectly despite the slick surfaces. A misstep would have meant a horrible death, yet they moved with ease. Elias followed last, landing softly on the other side and immediately scanning the area. Unseen, hidden high in the storm clouds, the alien champions observed. Their expressions were tense. Zelkar's claws flexed nervously, and Orvental's serpentine eyes narrowed. They had witnessed humans survive dangerous terrain before, but this level of calculated precision under life-threatening conditions was unlike anything they had imagined. They are unreal, Zelkar muttered. No species should handle danger like this without armor or advanced tech. Yet they move, as if the planet bends to their will. Orvental only nodded silently. The humans had passed the first test, mastery over natural hazards. But more was coming. This was only the beginning. The team reached a clearing where massive predators lurked, their eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. Kryn 9 was alive, with creatures that could end a human life in seconds. Elias surveyed the predators and turned to his team. "Time for hunting practice," he said calmly. "We need to learn how to survive if these creatures are not just in simulations but real. Observe, adapt, and strike when opportunity comes." One of the younger humans, Jara, hesitated. Elias smiled faintly. "You don't survive, Kryn 9. By fearing strength. You survive by knowing your own. Trust yourself." With that, the humans split into small units, stalking the predators. Their movements were silent, almost invisible. They used the terrain to their advantage, blending into shadows and moving with precise coordination. When the moment came, they struck not with brute force, but with cunning. They guided predators toward natural traps, narrow chasms, spiked trees, and sudden acid pools. One by one, the predators fell, neutralized efficiently without unnecessary risk. Above, the alien champions froze. This was not a simple survival exercise. These humans were strategists and warriors, capable of predicting the behavior of creatures that even the galaxy's most intelligent species feared. "Do they think like this naturally?" Zelkar whispered. "Or is this training beyond comprehension?" And Orvental's gaze was fixed on Elias, who crouched to examine one of the traps. This is what the legends meant. They adapt. Every risk. Every move. They learn instantly and improve. No species should evolve this quickly in such a harsh environment. The aliens felt an unfamiliar sensation. Fear mixed with admiration. Humans, long considered weak and fragile, were displaying skills that rivaled the galaxy's top warriors. Elias gathered his team after the hunt. "Well done," he said. "But this is only practice. We survive to become stronger. Every predator we face teaches us something. Every misstep is a lesson, not a failure." He turned their attention to the next trial. The acid falls. A massive waterfall of corrosive liquid thundered down the cliffs nearby, spraying mist that burned anything it touched. The humans had to navigate the cliffside above, jumping across unstable rocks while avoiding the lethal spray. "Stay calm," Elias instructed. "Measure your jumps. Your mind must move faster than your body. Hesitation will cost you." One by one, the humans leaped across the rocks, balancing with incredible agility. Their skin was scratched and burned by the acidic mist, but they ignored it. Pain was temporary. Survival was permanent. They reached the far side safely, exhausted but triumphant. Watching from the storm clouds, the alien champions could hardly breathe. These were not humans, they were something else. Something far beyond expectation. How do they survive this?" Zelkar asked, his voice trembling. "The acids alone. Most of our species would dissolve instantly. They are Deathworlders." Orvental replied quietly. "They were born to endure what no other species can. Their resilience, it is unmatched. Even the strongest alien champions began to doubt their own training and strength. These humans were living weapons, forged by a planet designed to kill. The humans pressed on. Next came the night hunt, a trial designed to push them to their limits. Darkness fell over Kryn 9, and the temperature dropped rapidly. Predators that relied on sound and smell now hunted them in the blackness. Humans had no night vision devices, no advanced sensors, only instincts honed over years of survival. Elias split his team into pairs. Move silently. Use touch, sound, and intuition. If you make a mistake, it will be your last. Remember, the planet is the teacher, not the enemy. The humans crept through the shadows, their ears tuned to the faintest rustle. Their fingers brushed over bark and rock to sense vibrations. When a predator approached, they reacted instantly, disarming traps and neutralizing threats before even touching them. Jara froze for a moment as a predator lunged. Elias reacted without hesitation, grabbing her and rolling to safety. He dispatched the creature with a single, precise strike. "Do you understand?" he asked, catching his breath. "Every second counts. Panic will kill you faster than the predator. Stay calm, stay focused, move as one." The alien champions above could only watch, their jaws dropping. Humans coordinated instinctively, thought and acted simultaneously, and adapted faster than any alien could imagine. After the night hunt, the humans regrouped near a hot spring, letting their bodies recover. Despite exhaustion, Elias's eyes were sharp. He knew that Kryn 9 would not forgive weakness, and he trained his team accordingly. "This is what makes us Deathworlders," Elias said quietly. "We do not complain. We do not surrender. We adapt. Every trial is a chance to grow. Every storm, predator, or acid fall makes us stronger. You are not weak. You are human, and that is enough." His words, simple yet powerful, resonated deeply with his team. They had survived horrors that would have killed any other species. Yet Elias reminded them that survival alone was not enough. They had to excel, to thrive, to push beyond limits. High above, the alien champions were no longer observers, they were students of shock and awe. Every skill Elias displayed, every maneuver his team executed, shattered their assumptions about humans. "They are perfect warriors," Zelkar admitted, his voice barely audible. "Their bodies and minds, they are something beyond our understanding." Orvental's gaze was sharp. "Do not underestimate them. We thought they were fragile. We thought they were primitive. But they are apex predators in their own right. This is more than survival. It is mastery." Even the other champions, who had faced countless challenges across galaxies, felt an unsettling admiration for humans. The legends had been true, and the humans of Kryn 9 were even more extraordinary than the stories suggested. Elias finally gathered his team for rest. The storm still raged, the predators still prowled, and the cliffs remained deadly. Yet, in the face of it all, the humans smiled faintly, tired but undefeated. "Rest now," Elias said. "Tomorrow, we push further. We do not stop. We do not falter. Every day on Kryn 9 is a battle, and every battle makes us stronger." The humans huddled together for warmth, sharing stories and laughter, but always vigilant. On a planet like Kryn 9, complacency was death. Yet, under Elias's guidance, they had not just survived. They had thrived, adapted, and excelled. Above them, the alien champions retreated to their observation point, shaken to the core. They had expected to see weak humans, struggling and failing. Instead, they had witnessed something far beyond their comprehension: the true power of human resilience, intelligence, and adaptability. For the first time in their lives, the champions feared and respected humans. And the legend of Elias Thorne, the last human, grew stronger in their minds.